The Nigerian maritime industry is a major contributor to the nation's gross domestic product. It is also the singular non-oil sector of the economy that strives to provide such stability that sustains the economy. Since, of course, we all know that the oil and gas industry is always fraught with fluctuations, gluts, and the frequent OPEC-moderated production output. Food for thought. Hello and welcome to another educative episode of NIMASA This Week, the Voice of Maritime. As always, NIMASA This Week is brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, the nation's apex regulator and promoter of shipping activities, and of course, the protection of our oceans and the ensuring of safety with regards to all seagoing activities within Nigeria's exclusive economic zone. My name is Ubang Esien, and I will be your guide on this voyage.
I am Godwin Obaseki. You're watching NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime in Nigeria. Please stay tuned.
NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. On this week's episode of your number one nautical authoritative, we have an exclusive interview with Dr. Bashir Jamo, the Director General of NIMASA. This interview was facilitated by the CNBC team. So if you're ready, it's anchors away.
I've been in the industry for the past 28 years. I joined the organization, that's the maritime industry, in 1993, reported I think somewhere in 1994. And since then, I've been in the system and rose through the rank from the principal commercial officer then. We have the commercial department now, shipping development, up to the position of executive director, administration and finance, positions I held up to last year, March, before I was given the appointment as the Director General. In terms of qualifications, I hold a PhD in Logistics and Transport from the University of Port Harcourt, and then I obtained a master's degree in management from Korea Maritime and Ocean University in Busan, South Korea. And then I obtained professional certificates in logistics and transport from Institute of Logistics in the UK, and postgraduate diploma in management from Bayero University, Kano, diploma in accountancy from Ahmadu Bello University, and I've attended several leadership and professional courses from Oxford University in UK, and then Cambridge Academy of Transport in UK, Harvard University in United States, Institute of Public-Private Partnership in United States. I hold a number of fellowships of professional bodies, and including the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, where I double as the president of the institute, the only chartered institute in transportation in Nigeria recognized by government. And also I am a member of several professional bodies within and outside the country. Well, my vision of NIMASA is to see the NIMASA become a global maritime to reckon with. And when I came in, I tried to subsume the entire strategy of achieving that vision into 3S. We call it threefold S: maritime security, maritime safety, and shipping development. That's the 3S. Under the maritime security, to ensure that we maintain a very good and serene environment for the shipping business to strive. Without security, maritime security, is very difficult for us to have our ships, moving in and around or outside the country, and the investors may not be able to come. So the first priority when I came is to ensure that we maintain a very good maritime security network, and then secondly is to ensure that the safety of shipping is also enhanced. Now, the maritime security must be within the framework of the International Maritime Organization's requirement, because, as I said, if you don't have a very good secured environment in terms of shipping, then nobody will be coming to your own territorial waters. And at the end of the day, the life and properties of the CPRs will be at stake. The ship owners also will be at stake. Today, we are having a serious problem because of the experiences we have been counting in terms of maritime insecurity. The international community melted the war risk insurance on Nigeria, and we are paying huge amount of money because of lack of security in our own waters. And the life of CPRs become in danger. So many countries, they don't want to come to Nigeria. The issue of investment in shipping is becoming a little bit more difficult. So over the years, we have been having it very tough. So, but I thank God, today we recorded a number of milestones in terms of achievement of maritime security. In terms of maritime safety, we ensure that the issue of search and rescue has been taken care of. Accident investigations is being beefed up, and we strengthen it to make sure that we do not allow any accident left uninvestigated, and the report of the investigations and recommendations has been looked into and implemented. The issue of our channels and navigational areas must be safe. The nationwide removal of wrecks that we have littered everywhere within the countries. We divided the country into 4 zones. Badagry, Tinkan Island axis, we will start with that. And then we will do the Western Zone office, which is basically headquarters in Lagos. And then we have Eastern Zonal office, headquarters in Port Harcourt, and Central Zone, headquarters in Warri. So that's on the issue of safety. Now on the issue of shipping development is to see how we can develop the capacity. The capacity comes in different 2 folds. The infrastructural capacity, that is for us to make sure that we have what it takes for us to maintain the shipping and have a very good, vibrant shipping in terms of shipbuilding industry, in terms of ship repairs industry, in terms of fleet expansion and fleet repairs. So when we look at all those areas, then we look at what it takes for us to create employment, remove poverty in terms of the infrastructure. Then we go back to the second leg of the shipping development, that is human element. So human element, we have to train our youth to make sure that we produce professionals in the industry, that they can be able to manage our ship fleets, not only within the Nigeria, but also when we finish the training, they should be able to be placed in any ship all over the world. As you know, shipping is an international business, so it may not be only for the consumptions of Nigeria. Now, under that particular policy, we introduced what we call CPRS Development Program, and this CPRS Development Program, we create a kind of scholarship for the younger Nigerians to leave Nigeria and go and study abroad when our institutions, they cannot meet the demand of the high caliber of manpower that the ship required. We have Maritime Academy Oran that produces the middle manpower. So when you finish, you have to go for at least COC, sea time, and other things like that. We have limited number of ships to give the COC, to give the sea time for them to qualify them to go for COC exams. and to be able to be a full-fledged ship captain, marine engineers, and other things like that. So that's what we have been doing. So far, I think we have trained not less than 2,500 under that particular category. So you can see that in terms of shipping development also we are going far. So there is no area among the strategies that I introduced that can lead us to the global best in terms of shipping development or shipping industry that we did not touch. So we are touching it gradually up to the time we can meet such requirement. As you are aware, the issue of maritime security today at the second quarter report shows that we achieved 80% reduction in terms of maritime insecurity, in terms of pirate attack. So this gives us a leeway to say that in the last 27 years, we never experienced such achievement. And today, we can boldly say that the international community should look into the issue of asking Nigeria to pay a war risk insurance. And for what purpose we are paying war risk insurance, we don't know. The yardstick is being used, put in place. Whatever yardstick, we will now see what are the key performance indicators. So we haven't achieved this. Now we launch a campaign. These are the key performance indicators. This is where we are today. They responded to us that, well, you have to remain where you are until we see sustainability in what you are experiencing now. Fine. Okay, let's see your key performance indicators. If we achieve this milestone, where shall we be? You have to reduce it. If you cannot remove it entirely, you give us the timeline and what you expect us to achieve. As we are achieving, you are removing it. So, so far, the vision for the agency, I am seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And God willing, we want to see the dry season, what is going to come up with. By the end of the fourth quarter, we must have entered into the dry season. And from history, we used to see some escalation of violence around that time. So by the time we get to the end of the year, we will be bold enough to go and stand before the international shipping organizations and tell them that, look, then we have to see what we can do on this, because the Nigerians, they are tired of paying such a huge amount of money. From estimates, the Gulf of Guinea loses almost 783 million US dollars because of this piracy. So at the end of the day, if we can have a sustainability in terms of arresting this insecurity, then we will be head on and be boasting as the maritime nation. The biggest indices, as you are aware, we just launched Deep Blue project. So the Deep Blue projects played an important and significant role in trying to see that the maritime security come to stay. And the Deep Blue project signify cooperations and coordination between the various key players in terms of maintaining and sustaining the maritime security in the country, which we have it land, air, and sea. So what are those platforms that makes the Deep Blue project? We have the land, we have trained manpower over 650 personnel. And then second, we have the C4I. And then the third, we have 16 armor tanks that enter creek where vessels and other things cannot go, these vehicles are manufactured specifically to go and address such a very difficult terrain of, creek. In the world, Nigeria, we have the most difficult terrain in terms of creek, where you can find it very difficult to go or ship can go. But we have these vehicles that can enter and try to see they maintain peace for those hoodlums that used to operate at sea and quickly run into the creek, since it's very difficult for individuals to go. So these are one of the things. That is the land assets. Then we have the air assets. We have 3 helicopters, and we have 2 aircraft, all with state-of-the-art equipment and gadgets that can carry information and data and send it to the C4I. The C4I serves as a kind of brain. You have your brain now, your brain gives signals to your body for whatever you are going to do. So the C4I center collects data from time to time when they receive that data and disseminate it to the different platforms that we have. Now, after the air sea, then we have sea asset. Then the sea asset includes 2 big ships, which they have dynamic positioning status, and they can go to the high sea, stop there, and operate, collecting data with their satellite and sending it to different platforms. And in addition to that, we have 17 fast interceptors that can respond to any attack or any threat that we have. So the dynamic positioning ships, when they receive the information, they send it to C4I center. The C4I center disseminates it to these boats. They also have the gadgets that receive such information. Now, those are the dynamic things that help us to be able to take this achievement to where we are today. Well, marine environmental regulations has been formulated to ensure that we have a very secured environment in terms of pollution and in terms of, resources. Our resources must be protected. Now, in a short time from now, we will start deliberating on how we will ensure blue economy. So the marine environment regulations is meant for us to ensure that our own marine environment is being protected from pollution of any kind. And then the resources there also, we harness them and we keep them, we safeguard them. So at the end of the day, we will now come to the 4 burners of the harnessing the blue economy. In harnessing the blue economy, we now have to count the facts and figures that we have in our own territorial waters, exclusive economic zones, and the regulations that you are referring at, which help us to make sure that these things are protected and is meant for the national use. Well, for me to be a Nigerian, I will start from myself. At the beginning of the interview, I made mention to you that I spent 28 years in Lagos. Lagos is about 850 kilometers away from my hometown, Zaria or Kaduna, as the case may be. And when you go out now, you look at my staffs. The Special Assistant on Media and Communication is an Akwa Ibom man. If you look at my secretary, she's from Abia, that's southeastern Nigeria. And if you look at my PA, he comes from, I think he comes from Adamawa, that is northeastern Nigeria. And I have a couple of staff, there's one, Bola, she's from southwestern Nigeria. This is what it means to be a Nigeria. You work with everybody, you work anywhere. As I am here, there's no state I didn't go in the country. Tomorrow I will leave Lagos to another state. And the issue of the blue economy, I move and talk freely with so many governors to key into our blue economy projects. So this is what it means to be in Nigeria. It doesn't mean that you have differences in language, differences in culture, that you cannot accommodate each other. The United States of America become great because of the diversity. They use the diversity as an opportunity to explore and build a nation. So every country, they have their own challenges. Nigeria, we are having our own challenges. But I think despite our challenges, that does not make Nigeria not Nigeria. I think we still have a very great potential to remain together. In Nigeria, where we have over 250 languages, we still live together, we still understand each other. Wapimi Awolowo is a Yoruba man. Nnamdi Azikiwe is an Igbo man. Sedona of Sokoto, Ahmadu Bello, he's a Hausa man. And one of them was saying that, look, we don't have to agree with our differences, but we have to understand the differences. So if I understand the difference of my own Yoruba man or Igbo man, it means that I will be able to protect how not live with him and harm him. And at the end of the day, we'll become together and become more dynamic. I want to see Nigeria blue. I want to see Nigeria blue. What is blue? You see, when Shagari came, he did the Green Revolution. And then Obasanjo came and did, I think he did, Shagari did Operation Build the Nation. And then Obasanjo followed up with Operation Green Revolution. Now we want to go for blue economy. Without water, no green. Do you understand? So when you don't have blue, you can't get green. So you can't get food without blue. We are struggling, we are fighting to extract oil. And today, the international community that are buying oil, which is the mainstay of our own economy, they are saying, no, we have to look for an alternative source of this oil. Some they are going to gas, some they are going for renewable energy, some they are going for solar, and some they are going for electric cars. Meaning that within the next 10 years, we'll wake up one day, people will not be patronizing our oil anymore. So if they don't patronize our oil, before the oil, we rely on green, that is agriculture. We have cotton, we have cocoa, we have rubber. That's what we sell in the international market and live comfortably. It was with that money we used to extract oil. So with that money we funded the cost and the research of the oil. We did not go and borrow. So it's from that source that we got it. Now, since international community, they are saying that no, then we have two alternatives. So we have the green, we have the blue. So I want to see Nigeria blue with the blue economy. I want to see the development of blue economy before I leave office. I want to see the sustainability of the blue economy. I want to see the blue economy sustaining Nigeria. Even if we have oil, let it be the mainstay of Nigerian economy. So that is what we are working towards, an alternative source of energy, revenue and development of our own economy. Instead of us to rely heavily on oil, we now have what we call blue economy. And this blue economy, where are they? What are the facts and figures? How do we harness them? We are now developing a kind of policy and strategy for us to make use of this blue economy. So I want to see Nigeria blue.
Welcome back. It's still NIMASA this week, the voice of maritime. And up next is the DG's weekly column, the Maritime Mandate, every Wednesday in the Guardian newspapers. And this week, the DG is looking at boosting maritime security with Nigeria-Korea partnership. Then also continue the conversation with the DG on all of his social media handles as displayed on your screen. At the same time, follow us at NIMASA Official. As for all our maritime enthusiasts, businessmen and women out there, you do know that the NIMASA Official website, as currently displayed on your screen, must remain your first port of call when it comes to decision making and playing within the Nigerian maritime space. The reason remains that maritime is highly regulated. There are rules, and those rules must be followed. Thank you for watching today's episode of NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime. And don't forget that life is like a river. You have to keep flowing till you reach the ocean. My name is Ubong Isian and I'm asking you to stay on course. Till I see you next time. Bye-bye.